It is not in that book. Don't look at it, you will not get it. The arrows, it says the citizen is in the center. The citizen influences the degradation, but the citizen is also is in influence. And all these are aspects of security, whether it's poverty, unemployment, illiteracy, retrogressive cultures, ethnicity, whether it is corruption, whether it is moral degradation, right disputes, poaching, because poaching here is a very major insecurity thing. If the citizens own the wildlife and they say they are theirs, unaona hawataiba. That's how we saved your Ruma Park. The community policing groups, Nyumba Kumi class, Nyumba Kumi, ya msingi, all the ones around the Ruma Park, tuliongea na wao, not directly, tuliongea na security teams in Kisumu, wale ambao tulileta kutoka kila pahali, 289 of them, for districts, all of them. Tukaongea, wakaenda wakaambia wananchi, Ruma Park, I don't know whether they have started destroying the wildlife, walisema hakuna mtu ataingia kwa hii park achukue mnyama. We now own it. Isi akaida BWF ama polisi ama ni sisi. Kwisha. If we say like this, dovu zetu, they are all saved. Is our wealth. Misitu yetu, they are saved. Kwenda kwa Lake Naivasha ama Village Victoria na nyavu ambazo zina nets ambazo zinaharibu watoto na wa samaki na kila kitu. Once the citizens say ni yetu, ukionekana na hiyo ikiwa namna hiyo, utaonyeshwa this afternoon how you report, even anonymously, without anybody knowing where you report. Dr. Demo atakuja kuonyesha hiyo this afternoon, so that you participate, and we are charged to reduce the cost of participating when we are introducing all this to you. And within these 3 days, an effort will be made to touch quite a bit of this. Now, from here, what are we saying? We as a committee, this time now, not task force, committee, these are our main hindrances. Kenya ni taifa ambao iko na utaifa haba sana. Utaifa wa Kenyans ni haba sana. Number 2, the citizens' duties and responsibilities are basically very, very badly defined and sometimes absent. Definition, nationhood building as a thrust, duties and responsibilities of citizens are not defined in policy, are not defined in the Constitution, are not defined in law expressly, and therefore in practice. As a result of which, when we are encouraging the citizens to own up their country at the local level and to own items, aspects of security, the bigger picture, the bigger one, not just a crime. Wanaona, initially walikuwa nasema, kwani serikali inafanya nini? Tunalipa kodi. Hard luck. They would not have been lost more. In countries like UK, I think in year 2010, UK, United Kingdom, in order to show you how important the citizen participation is in security, they decided the commanders of stations, the commanders of divisions, police divisions, OCPD, OCS, Guinea, they will be answering directly to a citizen elected by the citizens. Unasema nini? Ya kwamba ile area, for instance, Kikuyu, mnakutana, mnafanya uchaguzi, mnaita huyu mzee, wewe ndio utakuwa Crimes and Police Commissioner. Is that the title, Dr. Sang? Crimes and Police Commissioner. Your OCS will be answering to you. Are you together? So the citizen cannot be ignored. No corruption can come in now. Itaingilia wapi? Si crimes and ndiye mkubwa huyo. Na akisema ataenda atafanya nini? They said, you said because you have a power base. Wananchi wanakuambia this is what we want. Sidia, that's why they elected you. Na ulikuwa na manifesto, tutafanya namna hii. Like the way we are now asking people for manifesto. Ili unichague, nataka kujua utanifanyia nini. then unaona usalama unakuja kwa njia mzuri. Na huyu chairman anawaambia, we will do the following for you. Your response period will be this. Unaona inakuwa very, very nice, isn't it? Similarly here, that's what we are doing. And by the course of this program, you will have known how to report. You remember this one, it has come in the media quite a lot. You now know it. Bishop, you know the 999, 112, and 911, ile police direct. Lakini unajua ile anonymous, inaitwa namba 22068. 22068. Unaituma kama SMS. Na you must start with the county you are in. Kwa mfano, Kibara alikuwa naona kuna shida na wengine ambao sort out. Unasema we are Nakuru. That's the first name, Nakuru. The computer now takes the message to security organization Nakuru. Nakuru. Tuko hapa KWS. I'm seated in first row. Huyo mzee ambaye yuko upande wangu wa kulia, huyo yeye haifahamu Kikuyu, kwa hivyo he is not from the Mount Kenya region. Lakini vile anaandika ni kama naona anatuma SMS pahali fulani ambao ni kama wako na coordination waweza tuumiza. Are we together? Unatuma SMS, 1 shilling paid. Unalipa 1 shilling, 1 shilling. Kwa SMS imeenda. Ikienda, see, the first to receive it, tulisema Nakuru County, Nakuru. Tulisema Nakuru. In the first to receive is your county commissioner. And remember the county commissioner ndiye mwakilishi wa rais at the executive order number 3, na ana delegated powers to even be the spokesman of the president. So no other reason for not participating in security as a first line off. You can see how easy it is. We reduce the transaction cost. So from here, nationhood na duties and responsibilities of citizens tuko na shida, but all of them are in the national anthem. The national anthem, we have not done the breathing of life into the national anthem, so it is not enforceable. Now, and citizen participation in security, therefore, it becomes the first line of defense. I have stated in a rather heavy statement that we do not have nationhood building policy and duties are not refined. What do you want to do quickly? If Rogers, you can go to, we try to have you comparing Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania, Rwanda, sijui nini, Sudan, kidogo tu kwa screen. Fantastic. Fine. Utasimamisha hapo. And we need to get one of the clergymen. You know the way you read the Bible to us? Last time is you that I used when we were in the evangelical bishops. Would you like to read it again, or we get somebody else? We get somebody else. Eh? You have accepted. Tunasema vile wanasoma Biblia, hatusomii kama vile inasomwa na that rika, the youth there. Wanakibiza sana. Wanatusomea ili tufahamu, sivyo? So that's what I wanted her to do. Atusomee. Utataka kusoma ukiwa hapo? You can read from there. When you are there. When they are getting the other.
Murega rege. Njitagwo Lucia wa Kageni. Muthuri ucio imete Kiambu County. Kundu gwitagwo Githunguri kwa Michael. No tumete Nairobi County tugioka mucamanio uyu tondu nikuo tuhunjagia na nikuo turutaga wira wa kuhunjia na guthomithia andu na ndi chair lady wa nyumba Kumi kuria njikaraga.
Aya. No how gututhomera ta muhunjia. Gututhomagira nigetha tukaigua kahora.
Okay. The Constitution of Tanzania, Article 25-27, duties to the society. Duty to participate in work. Every person has the duty to participate responsibly and honesty in lawful and productive work.
Unasikia?
B.
Ati hiyo ni kazi ya mwananchi. Si aende akauzize serikali. B.
B. Observe work discipline and strive to attain the individual and corrective production targets desired or set by law.
Are you with me? Unasikia the way it is expressed duty yake. Yes, endelea.
Duty to abide by the laws of the land. Every person has the duty to observe and to abide by the Constitution and the laws of the United Republic of Tanzania. Thank you. Duty to safeguard public property. Every person has the duty to protect the natural and natural resources of the United Republic of Tanzania, the property of the state authority,
kama parastatal sisi zetu,
or property collectively owned by the people,
yote ya umma, private and public,
and also to respect another person's property.
You get it? Kuna mtu aweza tupa mawe kwa gari ya polisi. Kuna mtu aweza tupa mawe kuvuja kioo kile. No, katiba imemshika straight away.
All persons shall be required by the law to safeguard the property of the state authority and all property collectively owned by the people.
Yaani hiyo ni hata your suit nobody aweza rarua kwa sababu is collectively owned by all.
By the people to combat all forms of waste and squander and to manage the national economy assiduously with the attitude of people who are masters of the destiny of their nation.
Are we together? The masters of their
nation.
Yes, the masters of their nation. Yaani ni mali ya umma na wao ndio umma wako pamoja.
Defense of the nation. Every citizen has the duty to protect, preserve, and maintain the independence, sovereignty, territory, and unity of the nation.
You cannot go and start attacking Tanzania the way tunaona wanasiasa wetu. They attack Kenya as if they are foreigners. You have noted that? As if they are the enemies of the country. You can see it. Nationhood. Patriotism yao wameiga kwa katiba. Endelea.
No person shall have the right to sign an act of capitulation and surrender of the nation to the victor.
Are you with us? Ati hata hakuna hata even if the Mtanzania ni ndio wa mwisho hata surrender. Ni mbora afe awe ni wa mwisho kufa kwa taifa hilo. Yeah.
Nor ratify or recognize an act of occupation or division of the United Republic or of any area of the territory of the nation and subject to this Constitution and any other laws enacted. No person shall have the right to prevent the citizen of the United Republic from waging war against any enemy who attacks the nation.
You are getting it? Ati wewe hata kama ni Mtanzania huwezi kusimamisha Mtanzania mwingine when it comes to the nation of Tanzania. Yeah.
Now we are in the Constitution of Uganda. Duties of a citizen. It shall be the duty of every citizen, A, to be patriotic and loyal to Uganda and to promote its well-being.
You are getting loyal. Loyal to?
B, to engage in gainful work for the good of that citizen.
Kazi. Kibaki alituambia ufanye kazi iliyomo. You remember? Do the work which is there.
To engage in gainful work of the good of that citizen, the family, and the common good, and to contribute to national development.
You see the introduction of the family, you will take a lot of time on the family unit. With the current debate on the polygamy na nini itakuja mingi. Family unit, because the family unit of mountain, the region, the Mount Kenya region, the family unit is under heavy attack. And your leaders now, an effort will be made to come closer. What do we do to slow down the attack on the family? It's one of the three cardinal issues of any country. If the family units are under attack and you are not protecting them, that country becomes very, very weak. Therefore, Mount Kenya will be very, very, very weak unless we address those issues.
C, to contribute to the well-being of the community where that citizen lives.
Nyumba Kumi hiyo, si unaiona hata kwa Waganda. Imeingia?
Kabisa. D, to promote responsible parenthood.
Parenthood, and who is a parent? Parenthood, lazima baba na mama na mtoto anaona vile baba na mama wako kielelezo, how a family stays. Kama ni moja, itakuwa ni nini hiyo? Endelee.
E, to foster national unity and live in harmony with others.
The neighborhood, yes.
J, to promote democracy and rule of the law. And G, to acquaint himself or herself with the provisions of the Constitution and to uphold and defend the Constitution and the law
Of Uganda. Endelea.
of Uganda. Article 44:53 of the Constitution of Rwanda. Everyone has a duty to respect state property.
Umeona? Underlined state
Property.
Why? It is owned collectively. Nobody has a right of using it alone or destroying it. Every citizen must stand on this.
Bullet 2. Every Rwandan has the duty to take part in activities aimed at good health.
Good health. In fact, I was told when I went there December 2015, on my own, taxi man akaniambia ukionekana hapa una viatu utashikwa upelekwe kwa hospitali. Because you are injurious to your health. Wewe mgonjwa. Endelea.
Bullet 3. Every Rwandan has the duty to respect and consider his or her fellow beings without discrimination and to maintain relations aimed at safeguarding, promoting, and reinforcing mutual respect, solidarity, and tolerance.
One of the professors will come here to talk about why you are bashed. You know, Mount Kenya bashing. Mnaitwa Mount Kenya mafia, mnaitwa majina. Mnaona hiyo majina hiyo kubwa kubwa. Wanawake wenu wakati mwingine you are saving the ones in Nyeri. I used to journalist anaenda anaongea na mama ambaye ni mlevi na anaedita clear date. Sasa wanawake 1.6 million wa Mount Kenya wa Central 1.6 million wanakuwa represented na mmoja. Mimi niliona kwa CNN kwa threatened. Nikauliza ilianza wapi? Hii mkutano ilikuwa wapi tujue. Is Mrs. Kaguthi one of them? Kumbe ni mlevi tu. Now you remember the way tulikuwa ridiculous including the cartoons. Yeah, bashing, quite a lot of bashing. One of the professors here atakuja kueleza where it came from so that when you get a bit of that bashing, unajua ni watu ambao they don't think, they just copy. Some dude colonialism ambao imechukua muda kwa wao kutoka. He will come and talk to you. Yeah?
Thank you. All Rwandans have the duty to participate in the development of the country through their dedication to work, safeguarding peace, democracy, equality, and social justice, as well as to participate in the defense of their country.
The key word there, all Rwandans shall. Hawezi kusema KDF huko wapi, polisi huko wapi, hii ni kazi ambayo Kaguthi should have done. No, it's you. It's because you are part of the all. Endelea mami.
Every Rwandan has a duty to respect the constitution and the other laws of the country. Everyone has a duty to protect, safeguard, and promote the environment.
You get it? Wezi in Rwanda unaona mtu mkubwa anaikunywa maji hivi anafungua kioo in Nairobi unaona anatupa hiyo. You can't do there. Huyu ata SMS apige picha and you are followed. You're followed. Yeah. It's just a bit of kidogo to collective responsibility.
The Constitution of South Sudan,
The youngest nation.
the youngest nation in the world. Every citizen shall, in particular, A, defend the country and respond to the call for national service in accordance with the provisions of this Constitution and the law.
National service. National
Service.
The first charge on the duties.
B, abhor violence and promote harmony, unity, fraternity, and tolerance among all people of South Sudan in order to transcend ethnic, religious, geographical, and political divisions.
Thank you. And just explain kidogo on that. Then why are they fighting? The fight they are now on was started by a blogger. The president and the deputy were talking, consulting in the normal way. That blogger akasema, deputy president Machar amekuwa detained by a kill. So what? Now you know they are that time on a disarmament level. Those forces of the deputy president alifanya nini? Wakaanza kuwataka hawa ili waende wakarescue their what? Their commander, the deputy president. Vita ikaanza. Ndipo ulisema ni CNN jana dia alikimbia akawapiga picha. Akawaletea akawaambia they are talking, they are not, hakuna shida. By that time they had started killing one another. And it has been difficult for us now as a continent to bring peace, and our president has had a very heavy toll of his time trying to sort it out because we are such a victim. We are interfered with by that war. So the constitution is there, but unfortunately it's very delicate. But the possibly will come back to it. Yes.
C, preserve and protect public funds and assets and respect legal and financial obligations.
Yes.
South Sudan Constitution continues. D, prevent and combat corruption and sabotage.
All citizens must fight. How about here? Inaenda wapi? They look at one person, two people, institutions, yes. Government shall fight corruption. The minute you leave the citizen out, in again route kwa njia ingine, sivyo? Because the citizens start participating, it's not their responsibility. And that's why the young were able to say, mimi nikiona nitanyakua, bora nisionwe, sivyo? But supposing you put the citizen there, mwananchi huyo hawezi kufanya hivyo. Tuendelee.
E, participate in development of South Sudan. F, take part in general elections and referenda as stipulated in this constitution and the law.
Mandatory ukachaguane. Si uja persuaded.
G, abide by the law and cooperate with the appropriate agencies in the maintenance of law and order.
Yeah. Si useme ati ni kazi ya idara ile ni wewe. Endelea.
South Sudan Constitution continues. H, protect the environment and conserve natural resources. I, be guided and informed in all actions by the interest of the nation and the principle enshrined in this constitution.
You are getting how deep it is?
J, promote democracy, good governance, and the rule of the law. And K, respect the right and freedoms of others.
Thank you. Have you gotten Tanzania, Uganda, na South Sudan, sivyo? I can tell you, if you go to the one for Somalia, the current one, the transition one, they will refer you to the 1961 of the Republic of Somalia. And they have ingrained, even in a bigger manner, aspects of nationhood. That's why you see them fighting. Even the Americans, they could not stay there. They are, because the constitution inaleta patriotism ambao ni very, very strong. Let's look at our new one, the Republic of Kenya.
The Constitution of the Nation of Kenya, Article 69, Sabbatical 1, LD. The state shall encourage public participation in management, protection, and conservation of the environment.
Who shall? Who shall?
Article 118, Sabbatical LB, 1B. Parliament shall facilitate public participation and involvement in the legislative and other business of the Parliament and its committees.
Who shall?
The Parliament.
You now know where haki yetu comes from. You now know it.
Mm-hmm.
That is the last one. Ya mwisho. Yeah. But what you saw in the other constitutions, it is very heavy in our national anthem. Those ones, that's why we start with the national anthem, all our functions, and we close with it. Heavy definition of duties, heavy nationalism, patriotism in this one. Unfortunately, tuinaga tariro beturathi itega kana guthie kutaha sivyo. So if you look at it, it is, because you have signing it, you don't need to have to read it. It is very, very, the first one, you see the respect to God. You get the next one is the mobilization of all ourselves. The third one, what we will do. And tunamaliza na nini? Tuungane mikono kazini, so that every day we are thankful. Na hii makelele yote kulialia every morning. Every morning I was in a platform walituambia wakaleta the cry in Tanzania on hunger, the cry in Uganda on hunger because of the drought that has been there. But we are now being told as if this country is the only one with a challenge of food and water, and as if it is something that would have been foreseen and done. Therefore, no, you look at them. They reduce us to crying babies instead of us being together when we're in trouble, isn't it? But when you go to their countries and kuna kongomano kama hii, then the human rights component of the constitutions of the constitution of this country, it is just the best in the entire region. And they come to study it here. How did you do this? How did you do this? How? And it's so strong that they also come to study it. And those of you in Nicola, hatukupigia huyu mama makofi kweli. And the way she preached to us, you saw the way the preaching was. Wanasoma kwa jia ingine, kama niliambia wengine hapa, itakuwa parapanda. So thank you very much for reading it to us. Why did I bring this? It's so that when we are talking about duties to the Mount Kenya community, you came here because you are a leader. So when you are there and you have that notebook of yours, through, take note. You are here as a delegate representing the people you are with. And there's an agenda that we are setting, we are helping you to set. You go and start to, don't get back. I was in Embu and some two leaders, they just looked at Kaguthi tufanye, wenda Uhuru, wenda, why did I bring you here? And you know, me, I'm retired. I don't work huko kwa those offices. I'm retired. We are, with this team, we are just mobilizing. Yes, Francis. Yeah. Just a bit. He wants to support himself.
Yeah. Good morning again. Just as the chairman, vile chairman amekuwa akizungumza juu ya citizen responsibility, as I was actually checking on platform fulani, nikaona leo today, on 15th, section of Nairobi-Mombasa Highway in Voi, demonstration, narration, irritate youth have blocked a section of the road over alleged exclusion in SGR jobs early promised. Sasa wamefunga barabara, wanaakisha moto katika barabara kwa sababu hawajapewa kazi. Is that really a responsibility? Ukumbuke ya kwamba ni magari ngapi ambao zinabeba goods kutoka Mombasa mpaka Nakuru mpaka Malaba. So yes, yeah. And Rwanda. Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Francis. You can see how without defining the duties and responsibilities of citizens, the damage they cause. Is a Nyumba Kumi, that's a Nyumba Kumi, the youth wing of a Nyumba Kumi cluster. Nikikudi kimoja, the other day walifunga Mlolongo 7 hours. 7. Magari kwa imeenda kwa Mlolongo inaifika kwa Machakos standoff. Nairobi ilikuwa congested the whole of this area because of failure to define the duties and responsibilities. Sometimes I feel if it happened when I was in uniform, Nyanza, what would have happened? You just go there with a swagger stick, mumekasirika tuongee tukiwa pale. Sizaongea tukiwa pale. That is the road is unblocked, isn't it? What is the damn county commissioner doing there? Or the DO? Or even the chief, wow. Even the elder should call the chief. Kuja chief, tuongee na hawa vijana. Mnatoka, mnaongea pale, barabara imefunguliwa. Duties and responsibilities of citizens. And you raising your level of security education, that's what we told you. We are raising the level of security education kwako, so that even you as a pastor, in your benediction, you are able to say something about the nation and tuanze kuileta juu. Kiama, when you are concluding the one you invited us kwa Manguo, I expect that the boys are told that barabara si yetu. Isn't it? Sisi kama tuna shida, we have a civilized way of dealing with it. Pero kwa mwisho. The last one here is simple. That we want to give you this security mantra. That in order for you to follow what the president said, security is the joint mandate of, then what you see, please say. What you hear, please say. What you suspect, please say. Juakali waliniambia when we were training the Juakali of Nairobi, very many 164 clusters, they said include your smell, because sisi wakati mwingine tuweza smell vitu ambayo tunaambiwa tufanye itakuja kuleta. So say. Are we together? Now, you are here, therefore, you get to your program, you see what we have put in place to help you raise your level towards the things that I've been talking. And if you look at, after this official opening period, there is a change within the leadership of regional coordinators, and that's why the teach is moving to another area. That's why they are not here. Now, at 2, when you see Serial 3, 2 to 2:45, Dr. Salim Demo will talk to you about Nyumba Kumi initiative. Currently, citizen participation in security emphasis, the story so far. Ataanza kwa community policing, aje yote until kwa citizen. And he will go deep into even the draft you see there, in a lot of experiences that we have been exposed to. Then the number 4, Mount Kenya security issues. We had invited somebody from Interior to come and talk about this particular issue. Last week they were so busy. we are hoping one of them will come in order to expose you to the security issues facing your region. And this is what we have done with everybody. Even when we're in northwestern corner, we did it. So number 5, duties and responsibilities of citizens, ongeza, of citizens founded on nationhood. What is being expected? And in fact, Professor Karaga Munen is already here to undertake that. Then number 6, Mount Kenya investment potential. Jana leo na today, yesterday, today, and tomorrow. And Dr. Iraki will come. And we have told him to put a paragraph on the current debate. Wakati married women in Kenya. No, not in Kenya. Mount Kenya. Not in Kenya. They don't want to get airu. Wale kare aleo ikataga yatamenya te akiuga airu. Kai kodora mnandra nana. Dirindi na uru na mundu nie. Noni tureda ke. Yani. Itu wakidora urule. Na ndigo getiga kugo to niguo kurire. Niguo kurire go tugo kuri. Na riri we nduguko no guthie kuga. We ni kugurwo guragwo na mburi tiguo. Bora. Diego kera hau. Nitoiganira. Riu debate yo iri on nigwititwo ni Rosi ni Inoro. No riu ndona turaugire atiriri, twabe tureke mwarie. No mundu wothe muhunjia. Mundu muhunjia na deacon, the Bible says no. You must be a husband or a wife of one husband or one wife. That's the way it is. Sivyo. And may I say this? Inoroli, one of the media houses, I was in but I didn't see it. But what they did, apparently the journalist who covered the story, he covered after we had done a report. You remember you pulled me out? And I will introduce you to them. The one who covered from Inoro pulled a picture of another conference where you are. I can tell you, Bishop Peter Jenga was not there. Rani Haviri atalete. Imadhi was there but did not say a word about. You are also there. Polygamy, they did not. So where do Rani Haviri atalete? Rikyoda kuilile eterea tuone Naivasha. And I will again continue exonerating you. Not that we are doing bad thing, but wewe kuambiwa ulisekod ama huku sekod, it was not right. Sivyo? So haba msamaha because me who created the environment. So I owe you an apology. But they meant well. The media meant well because we have said this particular workshop, we are setting the agenda for you. All these things, utaona ni agenda wana set. Please go and promote that agenda. It might not take root. It might take very good root. No, egane kuhada. Weke kana tukahada regi. Nya tukamerithia. Bishop either dwari karenda agere tienige. Yeah, I was in another forum of Evangelical Alliance of Kenya. And then we had more time. I was given 30 minutes. There was something that they were waiting. Instead of closing, nikaambiwa ni extended for 30 minutes. So I decided, no, because I'm setting the agenda, why can't I provoke one? Nikaweka hiyo. But I'm a bishop. Can you imagine? Na pastors. Ukina nasema, hiyo ni Old Testament. Naambia hapana. God is contemporary. Any church which does not consider the contemporary problems of the citizens, mahujagi yake, you'll have a problem, isn't it? That's why I was raising the question when I think that appeared to have been a fake pastor who said atakuja kuombea Kenyan girls wapate husbands. Wakaingia KICC ikajaa. Tukaona wanawake aradhi na aguo jumping on the wall. Nikatha igireke. Muthuri we wonete muiretu akiruga kuria ruthingo ri. Nikatha hoerwo ri. Ithirwo na kwina thina. Ugukira atia. You would have called a conference of all the clergymen. Yes. I thank you. I think that time you are not retired on the Anglican conference. The Archbishop of Canterbury, Labeth conference. You remember there was one debate. Mwitikirio muthie polygamy. You be allowed to go polygamy. Now makimwira on condition. If mwitikirio to the gay. Mutigeiguithanirie. Netiguo. I wish you pushed that agenda that time. This committee will not be suffering, although I'm the symbol of suffering. I will not be. But you got to say it because it is a fact. And utaona Iraki akiongea, including, you will not talk on this one, but you will be surprised. In year 2019, when you do the census, you will see how dangerous your community is. You're in danger. The minute you hear schools, all the streams are being, there were 3, there are 2, now they are going to 1. Nursery schools are closing. You ought, muthie Bible ini mwe sacks, namuhu, mukirira Ngai. Neguo. Yes, and you'll be told what has cost it here. You'll be told. So Dr. Iraki, you can do that. Then tomorrow, please note, you listened to Royford akisema, we are opening at 11 sharp. 8:30 sharp, national anthem, tunaanza. So be early so that at 11, then Professor Erastus Njoka, Vice Chancellor of Chuka University, will talk about Kenya socio-cultural values. Jana na leo na kesho. Number 12. He's correcting me. You start registering at 8 so that we are able to start. Tomorrow we are starting at 8. The program I have, the correct program. Which one do you have? 8. We will follow. We will follow the one which is on the program. We are starting the program at 8:30 with the national anthem. So that the topic will be your Joka 11, number 12, personal security by Daniel Maranga. He's at the corner there. Maranga will bring some things which you take for granted. You take for granted. Atakuonyesha shida yake. So that you become a little more strict on your personal. Ione namna gani. And therefore, you are able to go tell the people you lead, hapa kuna jambo. Now, number 14, foundations and impact on Mount Kenya, bashing, that is citizens need to know. Mwapirire gwitwo Mount Kenya mafia na tutiramya niki. Mukeroi mureishi mureke. Ithetiguo. Ni akamwira waumire ku na niki gatumire ekirwo kuo na niki gitumite ikare ikinyite haria ki. Wakambo wanatuambia very simple proverb that wakati kuna giza ati ukiweka mwangaza giza ina vaporize. We are trying to vaporize ignorance, the darkness. And Professor Masharia atakuja on this one. He has done it very well in the past. I used to take him to universities when we are campaigning against drug abuse. Wambia how dangerous it is to reduce the personality of somebody, because that's why they go to drugs to make themselves complete. And he did very, very well when I was in the campaign. Number 15, effective exploitation of opportunities by in Mount Kenya counties. We are trying to get, this is the minister, one of the ministers in Nyeri government. He struggled, but he was a bit late. Na alikuja, lakini we had to close the conference, the workshop. So I'm trying to get him on Wednesday, so that he comes, talk to this one, to you, as you close, and then anaongea na wale wengine as they open. Mount Kenya, that's 16, Mount Kenya regional axis of evil. This is alcohol, your enemy number 1, isn't it? Do you agree that alcohol is your enemy number 1? It is your enemy number 1. So we will have this one in that order. Then apathy umeone tariri andu aitu atongoria aitu oguo mekuona iritu makiruga kura na ndungiona agithie parliament kuria tugwika atia kana etane nyiri mekira thi muge megwika atia akira oguo na there school ya hingo ndaori ara hingo tugwika atia apathy akarekereria oguo tatari responsible twakimuthuraga niki. Or we elected somebody who was not a servant before we recognize him to be a leader. He must be a good servant so that we give them the leadership role. Why? And it will be brought by Professor Rosary de Mutua, Chancellor, Maseno University. Then after lunch tomorrow, number 18, addressing Mount Kenya regional challenges. They are itemized. Those addressing those ones is the first one is a boy-child personality. We have a challenge, and I wish, Peter, it's you are coming. Please confirm that is one topic. Mwanake wa kahi gikuyu-ini ena thina. Nema nake ngwire na nituramwira atumia. Please remember this. Talking straight to you. The Kikuyu mentality. Wera witu ni kumwenda. Mundurume ni kwenda ki? Mutumia ni kumwenda. Na inyui wera wanyu ni kuturecognize. Ungega kurecognize kaguthi tari mundurume. Mundurume wake no authukia. Nitiguo. And that's why that yesterday started the paper. The only thing which was bad, arathire wira arume wigire arume na undurume wa arume ati ni guoya niki ungira mundurume ati niki guoya ri nega gwita mundu anja ringi ona ungimutwara hono rute nguo ure ndangukira na no mwaka nyu mwike atia. We got to know this. Wede kana dwede atumia agikuyu this talk mutindaka nayo ati irresponsible boys, you are the main ninywi cause ya problem. Kuigirira undurume na urume wake wana kiacio anyu ungiona na akinya hau uguo na mugacoka mugetikiria ithie nginya igathie nginya mashukuru-ini. The boys are irresponsible. A good example, I go to Madaithi, 120 boys, 120 girls. A girl from Nakuru here comes and gives a talk for 2 hours with the girls, and I and 2 other elders, we talk to the boys. Then they come now together. The report to mama anasema tumeagree resolution number 1 that we help the boys to be responsible. What do you think Kaguthi did? You are the wrong woman. You have talked to our boys, to our girls. And then I turn to the girls. Are you disabled? Are you responsible? Oh, well, no. Then we say, no, we don't want those resolutions. Kanitha, RPCA, go back and train those girls. Twenda mathakare, mahote kuona arume ni arume, na munene atumia, na njira igi. There are boundaries. If you continue and you kumiona, negukana nini, because that issue is there. And then the radicalism. So we are radical. Nite ugire tukura na thogu tutari na kiro na mushinga. Tutaruria nao. Mathire. Yeah, it's very radical people. Mount Kenya. Addressing Mount Kenya Eonibao child, number 18. Number 19 you see is another challenge, single motherhood phenomenon. Eonio ya tuma bishop utwike injured kidogo. Tole athire mweno ucio ungi. And it was deliberate also on ourselves. It was deliberate. Don't sympathize with Kaguthi. Eh? It was deliberate. We had to say it. So, then you will see another one. This one is centrality of culture and the family unit in Mount Kenya region, the present status. He is here, other is here. Namu, he is here, ready to give you this. And we will give you a bit of plenary. In the afternoon, on Wednesday, it will be a bit galloping. Addressing Mount Kenya regional challenges, the spiritual values and nominalism, the state of affairs and what the citizens need to know. You know nominalism, where what you are saying and what you are are different. And it will be done by Reverend Dr. Charles Kipchumba. This man is a very experienced person. Amehubiri huko nje na he has been chairman of NCCK. Mzee Lawi Matthew will talk about the conscience of the society that is participating in security need to know the place of elders and the clergy as the conscience of society. Elders. Na monora mehubete elders. Na muthigura meaning yago ne kugatea. He will come and say where we have failed and what we should do and create the boundaries for us. And that ends it. That will end it. On Wednesday, another group will come as we are closing from 11 to 1. Another group will be starting theirs on the other side. And later, we now take lunch together. The other group will come. It will be Nakuru, lay leadership, Nyandarua, and Laikipia. So as you are leaving, you take lunch together, and then you say, kwaheri nyinyi muende, na wao wabaki tumalize Friday. Are we together? You have now seen what we have put in, the menu we have put in place. Nimuona terejega. Your appetite is high for it. May the food meet the appetite. And so that God bless you. Thank you. May I now introduce you to your commander for the rest of the program. Commander of the program is one person who is given such authority that when I step down here, even me to come and say something, I'll have to persuade him. DC or DC huyu. Ibrahim Duale is the commander of the program for this minute on. He now proceeds commanding us. Please subject yourself to his. Where you see that camera, you on the left of that camera, on the right of that camera, you leave it free so that they are able to access, and the other media people, if they wanted to come, that's where they will place it. So if you can go back, kwa hiyo ingine, itakuwa mzuri. And welcome all of you who have come a bit late. We are aware that you have come from very far. Yes, even Bwana Mugwe, I can see you have come already. Mzee Elder. We are from Kiambu, Nairobi, and diaspora. Diaspora means Turkana, iko na watu, Kitale, Eldoret, iko wapi, Kisii, very high concentration, Narok, all the way to Kajiado and Loitoktok, all the way to the Tavetas, the Mombasa, Lamu, and so forth. What we don't have is outside the country. But the rest, they are represented, and I thank all those who participated in recruiting you. God bless you.
Tumefurahia hayo. Na hiyo makofi haijatosha chairman. Asante sana. Thank you very much. Kama alivyoambia, most of mine itakuwa ni administrative. Kuambia muende upande huu, usiende huko. Fulani atakuja, nimwambia sasa saa yako umetimiza. So announcement ya kwanza, it's not very good news. Lunch would be slightly late. Maybe until about 2 p.m. Kwa hivyo, that gives me enough time to say a few things and also to allow you to make maybe some comments on what the chairman has just gone through, Sindio. Maybe a plenary which has not been planned for. Kwa hivyo, hayo ni hayo. Ya pili, pa kujisaidia. Umeona imeandikwa hapo clock room. Pia, kuna ingine. Kuenda nje, turn right along the corridor, mwisho, kuna pia zingine. Ecology ni kubwa. Ya tatu, chakula, dining mumeona ni just across here. Ukitoka hii mlango u turn left. Lakini mara nyingine tutakuwa wengi. Wote hatutotoshea pale. Kwa hivyo unaruhusiwa pia kubeba chakula yako, kurudi hapa, ule kistarehe, namna hiyo, sawa? Ya mwisho, najua kuna wengine hawakuja na personal transport. Asubuhi nikiingia niliona akina mama wengine wanabeba bag kubwa kwa kichwa kutoka Naivasha town mpaka hapa, na hiyo haikuwa vizuri na wazee wengine. Kwa hivyo principle, wale hawana personal transport na jioni wanataka kuwa dropped Naivasha town na asubuhi kuchukuliwa kutoka pale mpaka hapa, atusaidie na kabasi, na nafikiri atafanya hivyo. Kwa hivyo administrative announcement itakuwa ni mpaka hayo, na vile nilisema we have enough time between now and the lunch. So mulifurahia yellow chairman aliyowaambia? Alisema nini? I want two things. Aliongea mawili muhimu, si ndio? Citizen participation, kukuhusisha wewe mwananchi katika usalama wako, na kubadilisha fikra za nani? Hiyo ya wananchi tumesema kuna group ingine. Yes, government policing agencies, GPS, haswa polisi wetu, si ndio? Ambayo wananchi wamewachukua kama ni enemies. One time nikiwa Western Province niliuliza katika Jamhuri Day mwananchi, leo nimemwagiza OCPD raia tukitoka hapa tutembelee police station, tutembezwe pale tujue ile kazi wanafanya. Nilipowasema hivyo wananchi walicheka. Wakasema DC unadanganya nani? Sisi tutafungwa. Fikra ya mwananchi ilikuwa ukienda police station kazi ni moja tu, kufunga watu. Unawekwa ndani. Hiyo fikra tulikuwa tukibadilisha polepole. Ngawa ingine imekuwa ngumu kidogo kama hii ya barabara. Magari yanasimamishwa. Alafu mambo mengine yanafanyika hapo. Na wewe mwananchi uko ndani ya matatu unanyamaza, ili hiyo mambo ikwishe haraka ufike nyumbani. Ujali kama utakufa barabarani to accident, lakini bora tu hiyo mabadilishano mambo ya driver na polisi iishe. Sawa? Kwa hivyo hayo mambo mawili, citizen participation and ile tunaita transformative paradigm shift, kwamba police are not our masters, we are their masters, they are the servants. Yale ambayo mwananchi anataka pande ya security ni mwananchi ataamua, polisi wataalikwa, mnakuwa na yeye. Kwa hivyo jambo moja mtafanya mkirudi nyumbani, vile chairman alisema, kuhakikisha kama wewe ni kiongozi, zile clusters zimekuwa formed and that they are working. Aliwaambia over 300,000, isn't it? Clusters formed, lakini zingine zimefifia. Kama wewe ni kiongozi, hakikisha kwamba zile national days unapewa nafasi ya kuzungumza, hakikisha unaongea juu ya hayo. Ile clusters ifanye na wewe pia uparticipate. Aliongea mambo ya nationhood, isn't it? Those 4 key areas. Nationhood, responsibility ya mwananchi. Sasa Dr. Sang alikuwa ananionyesha another tweet on WhatsApp. Alituambia ile ya voice hiyo, barabara kufungwa ati vijana waandikwe kazi. Kuna ingine watoto wa primary school hapa Nairobi. Which road, Dr. Sang? Mbagathi. Imagine Mbagathi primary school, nafikiri umepata hiyo. Hiyo shule ati imesemekana ifungwe, watoto wanaenda na desks, wanafunga barabara hiyo. Kweli watoto wanajua hiyo siasa ya kufunga hiyo shule na kufunga barabara. Someone is misusing them, isn't it? You see now the crudeness we Kenyans have gone to. Na hiyo yote inaletwa na nani? Utovu wa nidhamu and the lack of responsibilities being stated in our constitution. Wewe mwananchi una responsibility wanavunja miti. Wanavunja miti, wanafanya nini barabarani? Haki yetu. Hiyo miti si hao walipanda, by the way. Hizo miti zilipandwa na watu wengine, ikawekwa maji, ikawa anavunja, wanakimbia nayo barabara. Haki yetu. Na je, haki ya wengine? Wao wanatumia hizo barabara. Yule mama anajifungua, anakimbizwa hospitali, unamzuia barabara, anadhulumiwa. Kwa hivyo ni watu kama hawa tuepukane nayo. Lakini yote inataka nini? Elimu. Kumuelimisha mwananchi kwamba hayo haitusaidii. Alafu kuna hii pia. Tuna kabila mangapi Kenya? 43, 44. 44th ni nani? Tunawaita nani? Thank you. Mwanasiasa. Mwanasiasa. Our politician is the 44th tribe. Yes. Wanajua wakati wa kudifa, na wanajua wakati wa kuja pamoja. It depends on when. And the Kenyans tumeolewa na wanasiasa. Yaani kimawazo. Watu wawili, wanasiasa na waandishi wa magazeti. They influence our life. You know, Kenyans don't read books, they only read newspapers. I mean majority. Wanasiasa anatudhulumu. Unasikia Al-Shabaab, si wanajeshi wa Kenya wako pale, na kuna sababu tuliwapeleka kule, sio? Lakini unasikia senior politicians wakisema jeshi yetu ya Kenya itolewe Somalia mara moja. Unajua kwa nini? Hamjui? Kwa sababu hawa wanasiasa wanapewa pesa na Al-Shabaab. Mimi ni Msomali, uliza mimi. Al-Shabaab may not do it kwa directly kutoka mfuko yao, lakini kuna wanasiasa huko Somalia, sympathizers wa Al-Shabaab, who use Al-Shabaab, wanaona jeshi ya Kenya inawaharibia hiyo biashara. Halafu tuenda kwa Kenyan politicians, we incite the public against the government. Jeshi yetu itolewe huko. Wanajeshi yetu wanauawa kila siku. Kwani mtu amejoin jeshi kufanya nini kama hataki kufa? Unaingia jeshi kupata tu mshahara na hutaki kufa, basi uende kazi nyingine. Kwa hivyo, I'm telling you what I know. Wanasiasa, ukisikia mwanasiasa anasema jeshi yetu itolewe Somalia mara moja, so on, asemi kwa bure. Amepewa kitu. And we know it, I'm telling you. Kwa hivyo watu ya pili, mara nyingine unasikia wakati huu unasikia wanaongea juu ya nini? Chakula hakuna. Bei ya chakula imepanda juu. Hata chakula sijui imefichwa na serikali. Na huyo mtu saenda apande chakula alafu aje atuuzie na aweke bei juu. Hata wakati hakuna mvua, makosa ni serikali. Now that is incitement. I'm sorry, I'm not attacking anybody. I'm saying what we know. Inciting mwananchi, using politics. Na kuzidi kugawanya Kenyans. Supporters wa wale na supporters wa wale. Unaona? Incitement. The other time they are not doing that. Wanahidi watu yeye akichaguliwa manyumba itakuwa bure. Ama hivi itakuwa bure. Itapunguza rent. Sio na watu walikatalia manyumba ya watu. I'm sorry to say but it is there. Na hiyo ni siasa mbaya. But we are not interested in the political side. We are interested in the security side. Mambo kama hayo inaharibu usalama, watu kupigana. Ilikuwa kwa special programs, wakati wale watu walinyang'anywa manyumba zao na wengine kukataa kutoka, walikuwa wanakuja ofisi yangu wasaidiwe. Alafu tunaenda kunegotiate na the same leader ambaye aliambia watu msilipe rent. Na I can go on and go on. Tumekuwa na nini? Udhaifu wa heshima. Mpaka unasikia governor anatukana president. Unajua ni akina nani? President ya Kenya, by the way, anafaa kofia mbili. The head of government, yani ile chama imemchagua, ndio imemfanya head of government. At the same time, he's head of what? Head of state. Unlike Uingereza tuko na queen, alafu tuna prime minister. Lakini hapa yote mbili yeye anavaa. Kama hutaki kuheshimu yeye kwa kushinda uchaguzi kupitia chama, basi tuheshimu rais kwa kufanya nini? Kwa head of state. Anaongoza sisi wote. Kwa hivyo I was just provoking you. Nikiguzaguza yale mambo ambayo yako nchi hii kiusalama, na wale watu wanatakiwa tusaidie mambo ya usalama ni sisi sote hapa. Kama chairman alivyosema, tumekuwa coast, all the 6 counties ya coast, wazee wametoka kila kona, pia kina mama, vijana, 6 days. Tukifanya training, kubadilishana mawazo, na tunarudi huko pia. Northwestern Kenya, watu kutoka West Pokot, Turkana, Baringo, Uasin Gishu, Trans Nzoia, Marakwet. Kwa hiyo Marakwet wote tulikuwa nao. Tumekuwa Kisumu, Nyanza, chiefs, other leaders. Tumekuwa Bungoma. Tunaelekea Northeastern. Juzi tulikuwa Embu, the other part of Mount Kenya. We were training all Kenyans so that we speak one language when it comes to security. Unasikia mambo ya Al-Shabaab, alafu mambo ikitendeka Kenya anaruka, mbona hii watu wanakuja kupiga sisi? Huko Somalia wanaua kila siku, every day. Last weekend mlisikia walipiga hoteli, watu karibu 40 dead. One of them a top military general. Alafu wanadanganya watu ati ni dini. Wale waliua si ni Waislamu. This is not religion, it is politics. It is politics. Na wale wana participate sahi Al-Shabaab, by the way, particularly the Kenyans, 40% are non-Muslims. Watoto wenu. Wameenda huko maana walisikia kuna ajira, kuna kazi. Unadanganywa, ukijoin unapatiwa $10,000. Alafu kila mwezi, nani uongo? They have turned the children against their fathers. Last year, kuna mzee alikuwa ameishi, alitoka Somalia wakati ya vita akaishi Uingereza. Wakati alisikia Somalia iko amani akarudi huko. Kajenga nyumba, bibi, watoto. One day anapigiwa simu. Wewe ndio fulani? We want you to prepare yourself because we have 7 days to live. We are coming for you. Unajua sisi? Hapana, sisi ni Al-Shabaab. Mzee sasa amesikia hiyo, anareport kila kitu. On the 7th day, aliambiwa on Friday, wakati wa prayers ya saa 7, that's your last hour. It's a true story. Ilipofika saa 7 sharp, anasikia gate inagongwa. Security inafungua, nani anaingia? Mtoto wake, his son. Kijana anakimbia ndani ya kwa nyumba, anaingia kwa washroom, akijiprepare sijui nini for prayers, alafu auwe baba yake. Bahati akatoa hiyo pistol akaweka mahali. Mzee was very clever, alimfuata polepole. Alipoingia choo aliona hiyo pistol akachukua akaficha hapo sitting room chini ya kiti ili alikuwa anakalia. Baada ya kidogo kijana anatokeza akitoa jasho, confused. Mzee akamwambia ngoja kidogo, unatafuta nini? What have you lost? Hapana, hakuna. Unaonekana umepoteza kitu bwana, sema tu. No. Mwisho akamwambia, ni hii umepoteza? Ni mimi niko nayo. Kumbe yule alikuwa akinipigia simu 7 days kuniua ni wewe. He cocked the pistol akapiga yeye hapa. What else will you do? Kijana ameasi, amekuwa brainwashed na watu, you know, who are crooks, kwenda kuua baba. They have gone to that stage. Dini gani anaambia watu kwenda kuua baba yako? Si mambo ya dini. Hii ni siasa, ni biashara, ni watu hata sio kutoka Afrika. Major leaders ya Al-Shabaab ni Waarabu, Wazungu, Wayahudi, kila aina ya mtu. Kwa hivyo you must know who is your neighbor. You must know who you travel with when you are in a vehicle. You know Kenyans, una travel from Kitale mpaka Nairobi, 400 plus kilometers. Mtu anakaa next to you, hata hujui vile anakaa. Ukishuka kwa hiyo bus Nairobi, labda hiyo mtu amekuibia kitu, unaenda kupiga report police station, ukiulizwa describe yeye, unasema hata kusema kweli hata sijui. Alikuwa anavaa nguo aina gani? Honestly, I can't remember. That is how mindful we are, Kenyans. Therefore, I will now invite you to contribute to what the chairman said in his introductory remarks. He has gone through the program. Na mnajua what is coming, isn't it? Kwa hivyo yale ambayo mmeyasikia kwa chairman, and whatever will be said later by other speakers, tell us something about what you think, whether you think this being here is useful, and so on. Chairman alisema towards the end, kuna mambo aliongea juu ya polygamy. Alafu he quoted the Bible. The Bible says what? One man other than the clergy. And I'm talking other than the clergy, I'm talking to the men, not to the ladies. Yule ambaye ana bibi moja peke yake na hana mwingine somewhere, either ameficha open, inua mkono. Wachache, unaona? If we speak honestly. So hiyo tuache hapo. Hiyo tutadiscuss kwingine. Si mambo ya ukweli. Hiyo tutaongea wakati mwingine. Towards the end, tuziko mahali na iko wakati inaitwa discussion. Tutadiscuss wakati huo. Lakini kwa sasa ile security yetu ya Kiambu, Nairobi, wale wametoka diaspora, yale ambayo mnataka kuchangia na wakaribisha as we wait for lunch. May comments, ask questions? Yes. never. Yes. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Mzee Nene, vile umesema ni kweli. Yes, wakati hii program ilianza kwanza ilikuwa inaitwa Jumba Kumi. And the task force ilikuwa inaongozwa na huyu chairman. They went around wakaanzisha zile zinaitwa clusters ya Jumba Kumi. By the way, tukisema Jumba Kumi si ati nyumba moja, mbili, tatu mpaka 10. If you are in a gated estate, you can form a Jumba Kumi of that estate. If you are in a village somewhere, you can form your Jumba Kumi ya hiyo village. Mkiwa na a small business street in Kiambu or Limuru or anywhere, you can form your Jumba Kumi cluster. It's a cluster. So, wale wa mara ya kwanza, groups zilikuwa formed, wakawa trained, but unfortunately, hatukuweza kufanya ile inaitwa repeat trainings na follow up. But that is what we are doing now. We are trying to revive those groups we started to ensure they are working, they are operational. Na when we come around, wazee kama nyinyi, muko kwa orodha, tutawaita so that you participate and give ideas. Thank you. I think he was second. Go on, yeah, just go on. He's hearing you. I'm just alerting him to what you are saying. Thank you. Thank you. Let me just ask this. Nafikiri wote muko na hii simu inaitwa Android. Mwalimu, si muko na Android? Siku hizi unajua you can Google anything na unapata hapo hapo. Saa hii ukigoogle Uganda Constitution section whatever inatokea. Lakini hata hivyo, I will ask Rogers. I think they are giving you their email addresses, isn't it? If you give your email addresses with our secretariat, they can send you those sections to your email. Thank you. I think there was somebody this side. Gender. Madam.
So I was asking, what can we do? My voice is not loud enough.
It is. Mimi nakusikia sijui wengine.
Mnanisikia huku? My voice is very loud. Okay. I was asking, because our constitution is still very young, what can be done to change those clauses in that Article 49? Thank you.
I'm sure there are some lawyers here, and I can see one raising his hand. I think he can help. Give him the mic.
Thank you, Commander, and the members of the committee. My dear participants, good morning or good afternoon. Good afternoon. My name is Kinuthia Wamwangi. Nina kofia mingi, including this one. Lakini I'll just tell you two. One, I'm from the Kikuyu Council of Elders. Those are the ones who made the facilitation for me to be here. Here, I've been a leader of Kiboko Welfare Association. It is 4 years since I approached Mr. Kaguthi to help me apply these guidelines to the Kiboko Welfare Association, where we have been running our own security for the last 22 years. And I've been a chairman of that association twice. Right now, I brought all the former chairmen, and we have formed Kiboko Council of Elders. Kila mtu amekuwa chairman. Now we form the advisory body to the Executive Welfare Committee. So what I'm trying to say is that mimi nimeolewa na jambo hili. I'm married to this idea of Nyumba Kumi so much, and I like to promote it as much as possible. Sijapata in those 4 years since I wanted to implement it, a nafasi kama hii. So, Bwana Commander, I think this is a wonderful opportunity. Na pia kutupatia nafasi sisi kukutana namna hii, tutajuana, tutasalimiana vizuri. For me, when I looked at the Uganda Constitution, mimi nimekuwa chairman wa Transition Authority, and I know the Kenyan Constitution was crafted after all these constitutions. Kwa hivyo wale waliandika walikuwa wameangalia haya mambo yote. Umeambiwa the human rights under schedule under chapter 4 ndizo zimeendelea zaidi katika dunia in our constitution. Lakini to own responsibility belongs to the first article Mama, first article of the Constitution inasema the power and the sovereignty of Kenya belongs to who? To the people. And anybody else, whether you're talking about the Supreme Court, talking about Parliament, you're talking about judiciary, anybody, how wote kina MP, kina MCA, they come to Article 1.2, which is they are your representative. Wewe ndio nawaambia vile watafanya. So, sisi we have more power than those citizens out there to own the responsibility of running this country under Article 1, because the power and sovereignty belongs to the people. So the only thing that has happened to Kenya, we are still in the bush, because the kind of responsibility that we carry, like those people in those highways, like the political pronouncement, these are irresponsible, careless statements that do not conform with the spirit of the Constitution. Kwa hivyo hata tukiwa katika hii bunge ambayo tumekuja hapa, we can make our own resolutions to warn the politicians not to be irresponsible, to warn those people not to be irresponsible, na badala ya kuandika ati tuwe na wanawake 15, tuandike mambo hii ingine ambayo inasaidia. Commander, we must also be very careful, and we must be careful. This issue of many wives is becoming very disruptive in our society. Kutoka wakati ilitokea huko Embu mpaka sasa, hata jana asubuhi, people are still coming to me na wala ugatea. Wewe unasema nini? And even my wife, I think she's feeling very threatened that I might bring a wife. So, tuiongea in a moderated way, because inaweza kufanya the outcome of this kongamano iongee tu mambo ya 10 wives instead of talking about nyumba kumi. So can we try to focus and drive the outcomes of this kongamano by Wednesday to talk about nyumba kumi and security instead of talking about polygamy? Thank you.
Thank you very much. Yes, I think here now. Sorry, I'll give you next.
And I want to comment about a few things that the chairman said. Number one is the issue of rights versus responsibility. I think our constitution is more heavy on rights. Everybody wants their rights. Even this thinking in the children is about haki yetu. Everybody is about haki, haki, haki. But there is a moment where your haki becomes hurting to the other person. So we must always learn to be responsible in our demands, in our calling for rights, because you have to live and let others live. And this is a problem all over the world, particularly here in Kenya. You think your rights are more important than your responsibility. Freedom without limitation is equal to chaos. And that is where we are headed with kind of this new constitution. Because a president cannot say something without being challenged. The judiciary is a law unto itself. The police have their penal code, which is not known by the people who are being prosecuted. You come to the traffic police, they have like silent codes that they charge you. Whatever they tell you on the road, when you don't bribe them, you don't find it at the courtroom when you go for answering your charges. So we need to come down to that point where we are also going to expand our constitution to specifically break it down to the people. Because I know the most effective constitutions in the whole world are the simplest documents that can be known and understood by primary school kids. Those are the real constitutions. Here to hybrid, ilichukuliwa na watu wa NGOs. They are the ones who are paid by Westerners who wanted to have their foothold into our country. At the moment we change that, the better. And that has to be done. And I'm therefore suggesting, even as we move this Kumi initiative, this is a grassroots movement which should now metamorphose into a constitutional amendment within 10 years. From 2010, we now can think of 2020 as the time when we are going to overhaul this. And remember, we were hoodwinked to passing this constitution knowing 20% of it is wrong.
Absolutely.
And we were told, pass it, we will change it. Even those who said, can we say no, they cannot now allow it to be changed because they have already tasted the fruits of being loop-sided. As long as it doesn't hurt on their side, it is now okay. But I'm saying we must be focused on making sure we are going to change it, not for anybody, but for our posterity.
Very good.
The other thing I would like to say is the general public. We are so prone to manipulation. I want to commend you for telling us that we are married to two not very pleasant husbands. One of them being the politician. Uhuru and Raila, they can call each other brothers. But when it comes to Mtuetu, there we go. Whom do you want to go to? Because the politicians are about their personal interests.
Correct.
And there are no permanent enemies in politics, no permanent friends, only permanent interests.
Correct.
And so we must always remember that we need to know that they are subject to us, and you don't have to be bought. And above all, there is that level of manipulation which is so big, but it's only because of ignorance. Democracy can never thrive in ignorance. And nobody wants to educate the masses. Thank you very much for bringing this forum, because you'll be educated. And once we are educated, we shall be able to now exercise our constitutional rights and mandates. Even Wajiko, the way he has swept these people off the course, simply because some of them were informed, others were misinformed deliberately, and they are regretting about their decisions. But it is a matter of making sure we have civic education that is not serving some state corporations, but civic education that is meant to educate the public for the sake of understanding everything that is supposed to be understood. Otherwise, civic education, the IABC, it's only done for a particular purpose and can be manipulated by a certain section of our political class. And therefore, finally, may I say, yes, it's like finished. We need civic education for all of us. And we have to do it deliberately, regularly, until all the members of the public are fully educated. And therefore, ile constitution ya Sudan, South Sudan, hiyo constitution ya Tanzania, hiyo constitution ya Rwanda, hiyo constitution ya Uganda, let us cut and paste pale.
Thank you.
We don't have to debate it. It is good for them. They are East Africans, and it is good for us. Therefore, you have a better, well-educated, and well-informed East African community. Where you go to Tanzania, you don't have to behave like a different person. Where you go to Uganda, you move very easily because you are East African. And that is what we need now and in the future. May God bless you.
Thank you very much for those comments. Ulisema vizuri ya kwamba kwanza the constitution. The constitution. As you said, those who are telling us vote for the best, after the elections, they found out they are not MPs, they are not presidents, and now they cannot hold another office. What did they say? Tubadilishe. Well, this is what we are saying. Tupewa nafasi, we have another look at it. Hii constitution ya civic society. Ya pili, about the civic education, we are doing it. Tumeanza. For example, when you look at the public funds, public resources available at the grassroots, let us say Kiambu County, when you look at it, how many public funds resources are there? Tuko na ile ya devolution. How much? 6 billion and more. Tuko na zile za waheshimiwa CDF minimum 80 million, out of which 30 million is supposed to go to bursary. Kuna ya women rep 7 million. Sawa? How many of you participate katika ugavi za hizo pesa? Are you ever invited hizo pesa zikiingia county? Hizo projects kweli ni nyinyi mnasema? Of course there's some ignorance also on the part of us mwananchi, because we don't read. Hatusomi. Okay, hatutafuti habari. Hatuangalie simu zetu, ni ya kupiga tu. Unaona? Kuna all those things. And we are educating the public. Kuna ile inaitwa Uwezo Fund. 6 billion. Very simple. Pesa ya wananchi vijana na kina mama na walemavu kujisaidia. Lakini most of you don't know. So we are doing our part. As we go around the country, we are also introducing other issues. But the most important thing is wananchi ajue hizo resources which are available to him. Unasikia watu wanasema sisi ni masikini. Wewe ni masikini, lakini serikali imetanga pesa chungu mzima ya kukusaidia kukutoa hiyo umasikini. Of course, not for free. Hakuna kitu cha bure. Kama wengine wanasema ati Kibaki alipatia Wakikuyu kadi ya ATM ya pesa. Hakuna kitu kama hiyo. Unless wewe ni mjinga. Lakini ile ya serikali ziko hizo hela. So ndugu yangu, we are doing our civic education, expand it more. I'm going to allow one more question because now I'm told the lunch is ready.
Yes, and I'm ready.
Yes. Mwisho. Wale wengine, if you look at your program, your program at the end of today, we have a session called plenary. There, we can talk for as long as you want. So please be patient. Tusikie ndugu yangu hapa, tuende tukule, alafu tuwe tayari kurudi saa 8:30 because we have taken some of your time. Yes.
Honorable Commander, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Prophet Paul Mwangi. I'm the founder of a network called Prophetic Prayers Network. And I do participate a lot about the nation of Kenya because I have a nation in my heart. I want, first of all, to say that I am the one who recommended Kumi during the TJRC recommendations. And thank God it began to pump and it's going on. But I have a concern in the areas of security mantra. The chairman has just left it and said, see, hear, see, suspect, see. My question is to who?
Thank you.
Because...
Nimesikia hiyo, si hiyo tu.
No, I want to emphasize.
No, don't emphasize. I will respond.
Okay.
I'll give you the answer.
But I wanted to capture other avenues of the stigmas that I have realized. I'm the kind of the person in this country who don't keep quiet. I do say, and I say it at large. I've noted within the about, is it 17 or 18 national government administration offices, there is a stigma because the source of command and who should execute when the information has reached their ears, it is an area of concern because you realize, like the case of Al-Shabaab within your environment or any kind of a criminal within your environment, and probably the nearest officer near you, I'm just saying it deliberately, is Kenya Forest Service, who is now near you. You can now report to. maybe it's hard to reach the OCS or anybody else. And that officer tells me, no, I don't work in that line. Then you think, now how do I get the DSIU? You take the information there. You are held up being the first suspect. Mulikuwa na yeye wapi?
Vuka hiyo nimesikia.
Umesikia hiyo. Sasa, then for somebody now to execute, realize that you've been working within the systems, we work outside the systems. You realize that there has to be a command from a certain source, maybe Commander-in-Chief of Defense Forces or whichever source that needs to command. That stigma, even if you hear, how quickly, how soon will somebody react to what you have said?
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Andikeni number 22068. Simuandike hiyo. Muliambiwa ni ya nini? You are reporting to who? You are reporting to who? Not county commissioner. To the whole system of security in this country. Alafu jina yako inatokea? Hakuna jina yako inatokea, wala hakuna namba yako inatokea. It is anonymous. Nobody knows nani alituma hiyo message. All you do, unaanza na county yako. If you are reporting from Kiambu County, unaanza na ujumbe hiyo, unaanza na Kiambu. Alafu unasema katika barabara kati ya Kiambu na Limuru, mahali inaitwa fulani, kuna vijana wameweka roadblock na kunyang'anya watu hela. Kawaida wanakuwa hapo katikati ya saa 12 asubuhi usiku mpaka saa 8. Hiyo sasa imefika kila mahali. Imefika county commissioner, imefika county police commander, administration police commander, wa intelligence, wa CID, hata Nairobi imefika hiyo maofisi makubwa including IG. Wote wanasoma. Hatua isipochukuliwa, huyo mwananchi anarepeat tena, yule watu wa Kiambu wanaulizwa, kuna huu ujumbe imesambazwa na somebody unknown from Kiambu saa fulani, na ametaja yanayotendeka sehemu hiyo. Mulichukua hatua gani? Ukianza kusema sasa tunajua ni nani anakalia mambo ya security. So you don't need you don't need to go to a police station. You don't need to go to a county commissioner. You don't need to go to a DO. Use that facility. Tumeelewana? And your name will not appear anywhere. Your number, telephone number will not appear. Okay? Hakuna kitu itakuonyesha ni wewe. Kama zamani ulikuwa unaenda police station, unapiga report, nimeona hii na hii, unaambiwa ulikuwa na nani? Haikuwa ni wewe ulifanya hiyo mambo. Sasa unaanza kutetemeka. You don't need to go to a police station. Is that okay, mwenzangu? Now, can we kindly end there? Go for lunch. mbili sufuri 68. Sawa. Can we agree program ya Dr. Ndemo ambaye nani very soon inasema saa 8, inasema saa 8, lakini naona haitawezekana. Nafikiri tutasukuma kidogo. I know. Tufanye saa ngapi? Saa 8 na robo? 1 hour. Unataka lunch ya 1 hour? Basi wananchi wakisema nani anapinga? Si ni 2:30 basi. So before I leave here, may I invite Major Mustafa? Nasikia kuna kitu nataka kuwaeleza. Asanteni.
Amjambo tena. Asante bwana komanda. Yangu si ndefu isipokuwa tumeona wenzetu wawili wameingia. Ningetaka niwafahamishe kabla saa 8 aingie na mmoja atakuwa anawafunza, alafu huyo ni kama stranger. Kwa hivyo naomba Dr. Ndemo tafadhali ujitambulishe na uambie vile umefanya. Unajua wewe pia ni madisi, ni DC wa madisi. Kidogo tu. Siweleze mengi sana wanaweza kuanguka. Ingia mengi.
Basi vile mmesikia jina langu ni Salmu Ndemo. Nilikuwa nafanya kazi ya DC kama mwenzangu huyu mlikuwa naye. Nikafanya kwa Public Service Commission, nikafanya kwa ministry yote hiyo yote. Na mengine ambao vile amesema sijui hawezi kuangua kwa vile wanakaa chini. Na nilikuwa Deputy PC Central Province na nikawa Acting PC Central Province.
Asante sana Dr. Ndemo. Ningetaka sasa kumleta dada yetu hapa. Aweze kuwajulisha pia, ajijulishe kwenu. Asante. Karen.
Habari zenu? Mko wazima? Mimi naitwa Karen Wakoli, ni member wa CPS na nimefurahi sana kuwa na nyinyi siku ya leo. Ninahusika sana na mambo ya vijana na uongozi. Asanteni.
Asante sana kiongozi. Sasa nafikiri kama ulivyoelezwa na komanda, naweza kwenda kwa mankuli. Asanteni. Samahani, unajua vile nimezoea ni tofauti na vile, sababu mimi naitwa Ramadhan, nimezoea nasema bismillah wakati sahani iko pale. Kwa vile tuko tofauti, naomba mmoja atuombee chakula.
Wacheni tuombee chakula. Baba, katika jina la Yesu Kristo tunakushukuru ni kwa sababu ya chakula ambazo umetupa mchana wa leo. Wengi tunajua kwamba wanaenda njaa. Hatushukuri kwa msaha kwamba siku ya leo Bwana kwa meza umetuwekea mankuli. Twaitakasa katika jina la Yesu tuomba na kuamini.
Unajua shika kamata.